Hello my people, welcome to the Being Zanti channel. As you all know about the pandemic of coronavirus has sparked some discussions from Twitter, everywhere, YouTube, it's everywhere, newspapers, all these countries that are affected. It is speculated that 80 countries are affected by this virus. So the reason for my video is to discuss the recent discussion that was held about the quarantining of people to Limpopo province, which a lot of Limpopo people are not happy about because they believe that the government is just rejecting them by giving them a deadly virus that they as a province can't even fight off, with regards to the lack of sanitation and infrastructure in their province. So I'll start by, so let's take a look at some of the symptoms of coronavirus. First one is runny nose, sore throat, cough, fever, pneumonia, and difficulty breathing. These are some of the symptoms, and usually it affects elderly people and people who are already sick because their immune system can't fight off the flu. Where does coronavirus come or it originates from? It is speculated allegedly that it comes from China. It started there, and the reason it started there is because at China they have what we call a wet market. A wet market is where they sell wild animals that are allegedly smuggled into China to be sold for consumption. So these animals are from everywhere across the world. The two animals that are alleged to could have caused this pandemic, it's a bat and a pangolin, which are mostly found in the wild, especially the pangolin. So these are usually slaughtered for people to consume back in China. Wuhan is one of the countries that has these wet markets, but the wet markets are everywhere around Asia. Back into our country, South Africa, there's been 24 cases of people who could have been affected with coronavirus, but none died from the coronavirus. All these 24 people are still alive, and it is believed that these people were traveling from Italy, which is one of the countries that has the second highest number of people who have died from the virus. There's 100 South Africans who are still stuck in Wuhan, which our government has made a drastic solution for them. As Dr. Limpopo has tweeted on the 10th of March 2020, it reads like this: the team that will leave South Africa tonight to evacuate more than 100 citizens in Wuhan City, China, the epic city of the coronavirus, with the President Cyril Ramaphosa and Health Minister Dr. Limpopo. So the 100 people will obviously have to be quarantined to avoid spreading the virus. So they will be quarantined in the province called Limpopo, which is something that Limpopo people do not agree with. That's when the hashtag Limpopo is not a dumping site started trending on Twitter. People expressing their opinions about how they feel about this decision that was made by the government to take the quarantine of the 100 people to their province. As you can read some of the tweets of the Limpopo people suggesting that the quarantine should take place in the Robben Island in Cape Town. And then there's a gentleman called JJ Tabane. My goodness, JJ Tabane has a mouthful of things to say about Limpopo people refusing to take the 100 people from China. He
higher grade. So I mean, how do you in the middle of a national crisis like the one we are having. You know, if they are not sick, let them just be taken into society. Nobody sat down to them and say, listen, virus, yeah, incubate and when we have to. I don't know what I say.
Wow, this JJ Tabane guy had a lot to say. Wow. And the video on a more positive note where people are just chanting about corona, which is very funny. Take a look.